Tension is rising fast on The Young and the Restless, and fans can't stop talking about it. A mysterious illness has returned to Genoa City. This time, it's attached to Cole Howard. Could the next emotional goodbye be just around the corner? In the latest episode, Cole Howard shocked fans with a lingering cough. At first, he brushed it off as allergies, but viewers know better. Soap operas rarely drop hints like this without a deeper meaning. That cough, it's not just a cold. It could be something far more serious. Let's be honest, when it comes to The Young and the Restless, no one stays happy for too long. And this time, it's the Newman family in the danger zone. Victoria just found a spark of hope in her life with Cole. Claire is finally building a real relationship with her father. But this happiness may not last. Cole isn't just any character. He holds deep ties to Victoria and Claire. While not central to every plot, his presence matters. That's exactly what makes him the perfect candidate for a soap-style tragedy. If Cole dies, the emotional fallout will be massive. Victoria, once again, would be left to mourn a love that barely started. Social media is buzzing. Many fans believe Cole's cough is a sign of terminal illness. Some even speculate that we're about to witness another dramatic funeral in Genoa City. The fear is real, and the writers might just deliver another heart-wrenching twist. Let's not forget Heather Stevens' sudden death last fall. The show used her exit to deepen Daniel's story and push Lucy toward growth. Could Cole's death do the same for Victoria and Claire? Their arcs would evolve with a loss this heavy, and the shock value would hit hard. Claire and Cole just found each other. They were finally repairing old wounds. Now, it feels like time is running out. Fans were rooting for this father-daughter duo to build a bond. But with each passing scene, it feels more like a farewell tour than a fresh start. Victoria has known loss. She's endured betrayal, heartbreak, and endless disappointment. Just as she dares to love again, fate might pull the rug out. If Cole's days are numbered, Victoria could once again spiral into grief. And this time, she'll have to stay strong for Claire too. Cole Howard's health mystery could turn deadly, shaking up everything on The Young and the Restless. Whether he survives or not, the impact will be unforgettable. The Young and the Restless spoilers for April 28 to May 2, 2025. Promise a week full of explosive turns. Lily Winters finds herself caught in a romantic mystery, while Kyle Abbott inches closer to disaster thanks to Audra's scheming trap. Jack embraces love, Michael drowns in tension, and secrets begin to surface. From surprise admirers to emotional breakdowns, Genoa City is bracing for a week of high-stakes drama and personal chaos. Jack Abbott will begin the week by finally appreciating Diane's changes to the Abbott mansion. Despite his earlier hesitation, he'll grow fond of the fresh new atmosphere. Diane's vision will impress him and spark romantic vibes between them. These renewed feelings might lead to passionate moments, but the peace may not last. Jack's ongoing war with Victor Newman still brews beneath the surface. So even as he embraces love at home, chaos looms close. Over on the Newman side, Victor isn't pleased with Kyle Abbott either, especially now that Kyle is growing close to Claire. When Victor finds out Claire plans to live with Kyle, he'll see it as a provocation. Enter Audra, who's more than willing to stir the pot. She moves forward with a trap designed to make Kyle look guilty. Whether it's an affair setup or a scandalous scene, Claire might be devastated. Victor's plan to sabotage them could succeed, leaving Kyle with shattered trust and Claire on the verge of walking away. Meanwhile, Lily Winters finds herself at the center of an unexpected mystery. She starts receiving romantic gifts and messages from an unknown admirer. This isn't just someone flirting. This person is clearly determined to win her heart. Suspicion grows that the admirer may be tied to Aristotle Dumas, a powerful figure with his eye on Genoa City. Could Lily be part of a bigger game? Or is this the beginning of a new love story? As she navigates these surprises, Lily becomes both curious and cautious, unsure whether to embrace or run from what's unfolding. Billy Abbott will have a scheduled meeting with Aristotle Dumas, but rumors swirl that Dumas may not attend in person. Instead, a mysterious representative could appear. This only adds to the intrigue, especially with Lily's secret admirer looming. What's Dumas really planning? Is he working behind the scenes to make a move in Genoa City? Billy may leave that meeting with more questions than answers, and so will the viewers. Michael Baldwin is under intense pressure. His job has thrown him into the middle of the Abbott-Newman conflict. The stress is mounting, and cracks are forming in his personal life. Lauren notices the change and becomes concerned. Michael tries to reassure her with hopeful words, but inside, he's struggling. His calm exterior hides a storm that's only getting worse. As this pressure builds, Michael may reach a breaking point that affects both his career and his marriage. From romantic ambushes to emotional breakdowns, Genoa City won't be calm this week. Kyle's betrayal setup could destroy his relationship. Lily's romantic mystery adds another layer of suspense. Meanwhile, Michael tries to hold everything together as his world crumbles. Even Jack's moment of peace with Diane may not last long. Victoria welcomes Cole home with a hug at the door of the tack house. Claire, holding balloons, suggests they get a room. He comes over to hug her and tells them after all this time traveling, he just wants to enjoy this moment with his two favorite people in the world. Leafing through Cole's passport, Claire marvels at all the countries he's been to. Cole's keen to spend a little time without jet lag. He spent most of his time on planes and in meeting rooms. However, he brought them gifts from Paris and Serbia. Claire receives tickets to the carousel in Montmartre so she can go with Kyle and Harrison. She hugs Cole. Victoria opens her gift. It's an old-fashioned key. They want to know the story behind it. He says there's a bridge in a beautiful town in Serbia. A lady had her heart broken there, so now ladies put their locks on the bridge. He put a lock there with their names on it. Victoria has the key. If she throws the key in the water, it shows her devotion to what they have. Victoria teases that he'll have to take her there to find out. Cole asks them out for a late lunch. He just needs to check in with Victor first. At the club, Diane has summoned Jack and Kyle, who want to know what's going on. She says it's not about business, but something closer to home. The work on the Abbott house is now complete, and they can all move back in that afternoon. Kyle thinks this is great news as Harrison's ready to go home. Diane needles about him and Claire moving out. Maybe he can ask Kyle to move in with him at the Abbott house. Jack is subdued as they keep chatting. Diane notices that her husband hasn't said a word. Jack will be honest. He's not sure he's ready to see it. Kyle doesn't think anyone is surprised that Jack is nervous. Diane is disappointed that her husband has regressed. He told her he had confidence in her. Jack says with the reveal imminent, the fear has crept back in. He'll be walking into something unfamiliar, and there's no turning back. He's sure she's done an amazing job, but it's the home he spent his entire life in. Diane promises he'll love it. Kyle says, if not, you can move in with me and Claire. Kyle wants Diane to give them hints about the house, but she's not so inclined. Jack stands up and says he wants to get this over with. Diane gawps. She tells him to meet her there in half an hour and takes off. Kyle asks Jack if he's really that worried. He can't remember the last time he was so unsettled. What is this really about? Jack can't stop thinking about his father and mother, and that house looking the same way for so many years. If those walls could speak, Kyle's sure she just changed out some throw pillows. Jack protests that the house was always a constant for him. When he walked through the door, he knew what he would see. He worries that it means a lot to Tracy and Ashley too. He can't put into words what he's feeling. It just feels wrong. Kyle's sure Ashley and Tracy can handle a home makeover. Jack ruminates that the place is full of memories. Every knick-knack and every room. It's also where we said goodbye to Dina. Kyle says changing the door won't change that or bring back his parents. It's all in his heart. He gives a speech on trust. Jack complains he's using his own words against him. Kyle's sure everything will be oak. He's going to get Harrison a scone and will meet his dad at the house for the big reveal. Jack cringes, don't call it that. At the ranch, Audra tells Victor how remarkable it is what he's done with his home. He goes on about rebuilding. She wonders if he's talking about her career, and lets him know she hasn't forgotten what he did to her. Victor learns Nate wants to look at her paperwork, and asks if he knows what he's getting out of the deal. Audra didn't get into the particulars. She asks if he's curious why she needs a cosmetics company to make a move on Kyle. Victor's not interested in the details. She realizes he wants plausible deniability. He says as long as she stays the course, he'll stay out of it. Nikki appears and asks, "Stay out of what?" Nikki sniffs that she wasn't expecting Audra to be in her home, and asks Victor what she's doing there. Victor says they have a new business arrangement. Audra is grateful for the opportunity. Nikki's grateful she came home. Now you both can tell me all about it. Victor says all will be revealed in good time. They're just laying the groundwork now. Audra compliments Nikki, who's not impressed. Victor thanks Audra for coming by, and she leaves after telling Nikki it's wonderful seeing her looking so well. Once alone, Nikki asks Victor, "What is this all about?" Victor tries to put her off, but she complains there is nothing above board about that woman. She knows Victor doesn't trust Audra, so why would he put her in charge of another company? Victor says she has a certain skill set. Nikki wants to know, what's in it for you? Victor tells Nikki he's hoping for a return on his investment. That's all. Nikki wants to know more about the company. He tells her to drop it. She should be busy enough running Chancellor. Nikki knows he's up to something. The doorbell rings and Nikki opens the door to Cole. Victor waves him in as Nikki asks about his trip. Cole says it was very productive. He'd like to share it with Victor. He says he and Nikki had just finished up. She isn't so sure, but hopes this new business will keep him too busy to mess with Jack or Kyle. After Nikki's gone, Cole tells Victor he had an educational trip. Victor knew he was the right man for the job. Cole says he tried to learn everything he possibly could. He brought Victor a gift from Taiwan and hands over a box. It's the art of war. Victor knows it well. He's impressed that it's signed to him personally by the president. Changing the subject, Victor tells Cole that it bothers him that Kyle and Claire have grown closer. Cole's aware and knows they're very happy. Victor doesn't trust the man, nor should you, or Claire. Cole knows all about the New and Abbott feud, but this is love, not war. Victor feels he doesn't realize what pain it can cause when your child chooses the wrong partner. He thinks Kyle will break Claire's heart. Cole understands how he feels, but this is Claire's choice to make. It's not his, Victoria's, or Victor's. Victor says he'll break her heart, and when he does, Cole's will shatter as well. Nikki joins Victoria and Claire at the Tack house, and teases about them glowing over Cole's return. She complains about Victor entering an arrangement with Audra Charles. They know her history with Kyle. Claire nods. It's not a leap to think he plans to use Audra against Kyle and Jabot. Cole returns to the Tack house, and Claire asks what he and Victor talked about. He says, business mostly, and then turns the conversation to food. At Crimson Lights, Audra watches Kyle walk in as she concludes a phone call about the contract. She approaches the Abbott, who needles her about becoming a barista. She's sure he's up nights worrying about what she has planned. He asks if she's conned her way into a company in the cosmetics industry. Didn't you suffer enough humiliation when Victor fired you from Glissade? Audra says her dismissal had nothing to do with her job performance. They spar verbally as she accuses him of having a Nepo baby job. She's been waiting for the perfect opportunity and is coming back to the cosmetics world. He asks, working for who? She says, myself. He wishes her luck competing with Jabot. Audra needles that he has daddy issues, and she can beat an old warhorse like Chibot. She knows the CDO very well and all of his weaknesses. At Society, Victoria says she hopes Cole doesn't have to do any traveling for a while. Cole is happy to be home with the people he loves. He asks them to tell him what's happened while he was away. Victoria recaps that she told him over the phone what happened with Jordan and Diane and Kyle's Aunt Tracy. Cole worries he should have come home. Victoria says it's behind them now. Claire tells her father she has some good news. Kyle and I are moving in together. Cole wasn't expecting this. Victoria didn't realize it was imminent. Claire realizes it seems fast, but they're in love. Cole smiles. Wow. Victoria looks cautious as Claire tells her she learned her happiness shouldn't be put on hold. She hopes they can be happy for her. Cole admits the subject came up during his meeting with Victor. Victoria sighs and hopes he didn't make any threats. Cole says he knows he'll always side with Claire. He has her back. Claire thanks him. She knows Victor won't have the same reaction to this news. Cole starts a coughing fit. He's had it for a few days and worries it's something he picked up on the plane. He asks where Kyle is. He needs to be there right now celebrating with them. At the Abbott house, Jack and Kyle ring the doorbell. Jack wipes his brow as Diane opens the door and demands they close their eyes. She pulls them inside and warns, "Don't peek." Eventually, she tells them they can open their eyes. Jack walks around with his mouth hanging open. Kyle says, "Wow." Diane prompts Jack as he slowly walks over the framed photos of his parents on the mantel. How she can have it all. On the April 24 episode of The Young and the Restless, Kyle taunted Audra about becoming a barista. He then taunted her about being unemployed while he was happy at his Nepo baby job, and predicted her new cosmetics company could never take down Chibot. Audra reminded him that she knew the competition, dummy him pretty darn well, and hinted that she has a secret plan to bring him down. We think we know what that is. The obvious assumption is to think that Audra expects her secret partner, Victor, to help her bring down Kyle. But if Victor was capable of doing that, he'd have already done it. At this point, impotent Victor needs Audra more than Audra needs him. Audra could try reaching out to Diane. Kyle's mom has to pretend she doesn't mind giving up her co-CEO position to her whiny son by redecorating the Abbott mansion. That isn't close to being enough for a woman like Diane. If Audra convinces Diane to come work for her, between the two of them, they should know how to give both Abbott men a run for their money. But it might make the most sense for Audra to go straight to Jack. No one wants to bring down Victor more than he does, and if Audra can convince him she's got the inside track on that, she just might get him on her side. Audra will make Victor think she is targeting Chibot while, in reality, she'll be partnering with them. Not only will this give her the big gun support she requires, but it might even make it easier for Audra to seduce Kyle away from Claire, thus meeting her terms for Victor too. And once Audra has Victor's money, Jack's support, and Kyle wrapped around her finger, she'll be unstoppable. Will Diane's big surprise flop? The Young and the Restless recap for Thursday, April 24, sees Cole settling back into Genoa City life, giving Victoria and Claire gifts. Claire shares big news about her future. Meanwhile, Jack struggles with moving back into a remodeled Abbott estate, fearing the loss of treasured memories. Nikki grew suspicious of Victor's business dealings with Audra, while Victor warned Cole about Kyle. Victoria was overjoyed to welcome Cole back to the tack house, where Claire greeted him with balloons and offered to give them space. But Cole wanted to savor the moment. As Claire sifted through his passport, he surprised them with souvenirs from Serbia, a set of tickets to Montmartre for Claire, and a special love lock key for Victoria. Cole recounted a poignant Serbian tale of a couple separated by war and remembered by a golden lock on a bridge. He added their names to one and gave Victoria the key. He suggested a late lunch but said he needed to check in with Victor first. At the new ranch, Audra admired Victor's upgrades, but made it clear she hadn't forgotten the past. They discussed her contract, which Nate was reviewing. Nikki showed up and grew suspicious about Audra's involvement, questioning Victor's motives. Once Audra left, Nikki demanded answers, but Victor played it off as business. Nikki wasn't convinced. Cole stopped by and gave Victor a gift, The Art of War, and shared insights from his travels. When Victor brought up Kyle and Claire, warning that Kyle would eventually break her heart, Cole defended his daughter's right to choose. Later, Claire stunned her parents by announcing she and Kyle were moving in together. Victoria called it fast, and Cole admitted Victor had voiced concerns too. Still, he vowed to support Claire no matter what. When he coughed, they suggested he should stay put for now. Will Audra and Adam have answers? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, April 25, put Audra and Adam on the spot, as Lily and Chelsea give them the third degree. Lily distrusts everyone these days, and we don't blame her. After being involved with Kane and Billy and Daniel, she has a good reason to assume everyone is always lying, especially to her. And that's not just men. That's women too. Nikki went along with Victor's plot, which is why Lily cross-examines Audra. And she won't be charmed by her the same way Nate is. Chelsea and Adam are in the on-again portion of their endless on-again/off-again masochistic relationship. When they aren't fretting about Connor, they have nothing really to talk about. If Chelsea and Adam spend too much time together, they'll be forced to admit this reunion is doomed to implode sooner rather than later. So instead of basking in their newfound run love, Chelsea decides to challenge Adam over his professional choices and motives. It's safer that way. Diane stepped away from her position at Jibba to keep Kyle from throwing yet another of his epic temper tantrums. Now she's a lady of leisure, and it's obvious she hates it. So Diane does what all ladies of leisure have historically done to keep from starting to drink before noon. She's decided to redecorate the house. Jack wasn't thrilled with the idea, so she's really trying to wow him, and to keep Kyle from throwing yet another of his epic temper tantrums. Karen Grimes had an unhappy trip to the happiest place on earth. Motherhood is going smoothly for Mariah on The Young and the Restless, but in real life, Karen Grimes is having a few bumpy roads. The actress' recent family trip with her son to a famous amusement park didn't go as expected. Grimes and her husband, voice actor Brock Powell, are Disney fans. The couple has been sharing their love of Disney with their 16-month-old son Bridger. This past weekend, they decided to take a trip to the happiest place on earth. While most kids would be excited walking around Disneyland and seeing Mickey and other characters, Bridger wasn't having fun. On Grimes' Instagram story, the actress shared that the family vacation turned into a bust. Wearing a Mickey Mouse sweatshirt and ears, Grimes talked about an experience which many mothers can relate to. Put a finger down if you're a mom of a 16-month-old, and you thought you were going to have a great day at Disney with just you, your husband, and your baby, Grimes began. But he just started walking and you had no idea what you were in for, and it's a complete nightmare. And he only slept half an hour on the way there when you thought he was going to sleep his normal nap time. Despite Bridger's meltdown, the family decided to make the most of their trip. After a while, Bridger calmed down, and Grimes shared a photo of her son exploring the park. While Bridger's first time at the park didn't go as expected, he's becoming a Disney fan like his parents. Bridger's love of Disney will grow since his mom and dad do voice work for the studio. Grimes and Powell's credits include the TV shows Hamster and Gretel and Mickey and Minnie's Christmas Carols. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease the CBS soap needs at least 4 baddies to return to the scene to stir up some exciting drama. These fierce and villainous comebacks could stir things up, so let's dive into the notorious characters who could create some real turmoil if they make a comeback in Genoa City. We should begin with Ian Ward because his story ended in a very interesting way. Everyone in GC thinks Ian is dead. Fans of the CBS soap saw him gasp and open his eyes in the ambulance. The show wouldn't show that if they intended for Ian to be dead for good. Ian is likely to return soon, and when he does, it will be a surprise since even Victor Newman thinks he's gone for good. The morgue confirmed Ian was cremated, so he must have used his charm to fake his death. It's only a matter of time before Ian comes back for revenge, possibly making plans while he's off-screen. Aunt Jordan is the kind of character who seems to defy death, suggesting she might not be finished just yet. In the world of soap operas, fatal exits are often misleading, so it wouldn't shock us if they devise a way to bring Jordan back in the future. Realism may take a backseat. If the show decides to resurrect Jordan, they will, and in a very creative way. There could still be plenty of fuel left for Jordan's ongoing feud with the Newmans, and the revenge she might pursue against Claire Newman and her relatives. Martin Laurent is a character who might make a shocking comeback in the future. Since he was imprisoned rather than meeting a grim fate, his survival could serve a purpose. L&R might be keeping the possibility of Martin's vengeful return open, potentially leading him to target Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman. Additionally, there's a chance he could abduct Tracy Abbott after her trip to New York, setting the stage for another thrilling chapter in his narrative. If Martin manages to escape, it could lead to significant turmoil. It's surprising that Tara Locke hasn't returned to the show yet. Isn't it time for her to leave prison and fight for her son with Kyle Abbott, Harrison Abbott? Even if she ultimately fails, her return could create some custody drama. This would bring Summer Newman and Kyle closer together, making her return worthwhile. Tara would play the villain in this scenario, so we hope to see her back, even if the role is recast. Rumors suggest some villainous changes could happen soon, so stay tuned for updates. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, April 24, reveal some bombshells on the horizon in Genoa City. A husband keeps a secret from his wife, while a daughter shares some news with her parents, and someone is organizing a big reveal. What should fans expect from Thursday's episode? Time to find out. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, April 24, hint that Victor Newman will keep a secret from Nikki Newman. This might have to do with the deal he has with Audra Charles. As Nate Hastings left town with Damian Kane to help Amy Lewis get set up at the clinic for her treatments on the Wednesday, April 23 episode, Audra was quick to ring up the mustache to get her plan in motion. Me must read. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Will Kyle's good girl, Claire, make a shocking transformation? With Nate away, she can easily help Victor break up Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman. Still, Audra wants to make sure the mustache has drawn up an ironclad deal before she makes a move. If Nikki sees Audra at the ranch, she may have questions, and Victor will likely deflect them or simply tell a lie. How will Nikki feel when she finds out what Victor has done? Only time will tell. Speaking of Claire, she'll open up to her parents, Victoria Newman and Cole Howard. Sounds like she'll tell them about her plans to move in with Kyle, so what will their reaction be? Whether they love the idea or not, they'll be supportive of Claire. After all she's been through with Jordan, they won't want to make her feel alienated or unloved. Still, as Audra and Victor are scheming, will Claire end up moving in with Kyle? Or will their relationship be blown to bits before that ends up happening? Lastly, the Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday state that Diane Abbott will set the stage for a major reveal. Sounds like this has to do with the Abbott Mansion renovation project. So here's hoping that the men in her life, Kyle, Jack Abbott, and Harrison Abbott, all approve of the changes she's made to the home. What storyline are you most excited to see unfold on Thursday? Join the conversation in the comments section. Catch CBS Soap Daily to see what happens next and visit SOS often for the best Young and the Restless updates, news, and spoilers. Catch CBS Soap Daily to see what happens next and visit SOS often for the best Young and the Restless updates, news, and spoilers. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, April 25, 2025 are here. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Chelsea Lawson to get suspicious of Adam Newman. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott drops a truth bomb on Diane Jenkins Abbott. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. Let's begin with Chelsea, who will become suspicious of Adam's motives. It's not clear what kind of situation this is. It could have to do with Billy Abbott's upcoming business launch, which is connected to Aristotle Dumas. Chelsea has witnessed Billy and Adam facing off before. At one point, Adam even accused Billy of using the company to just target him. Of course, Billy denied it, but maybe Adam has put a plan in motion anyway. Of course, it's also possible that Adam is hiding some kind of romantic surprise for Chelsea. Right now, Adam and Chelsea seem very happy together. Connor Newman finally has what he always wanted. While things seem smooth now, there could be a situation in which Chelsea questions her decision. Adam laid down boundaries before with Victor Newman regarding Jabot. However, maybe Victor gets even more demanding and persistent. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Diane has been busy renovating the house. This project is really important to Diane as she hopes it will earn her some respect in the family. Diane promised she wouldn't do anything drastic, and she kept her word. Kyle Abbott gushed over the changes. However, Jack was a bit more silent. Maybe Jack will finally tell Diane how impressed she is with what she's done. Jack's main concern was the renovations turning it into a different house. Jack wanted to keep the memories, which he made clear to Diane in multiple conversations. So the fact that she listened rather than did what she wanted will be huge for Jack. Over with Lily Winters, she confronts Audra Charles. Lily wants the truth from Audra. But what is it about? Could Lily realize that Audra is working for Victor again? Could this be about Holden Novak, especially since Nate Hastings is out of town right now? Audra was getting close to proving she was a different person. So if Lily sees a moment between Audra and Holden, she could completely misread the situation. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Billy Abbott doesn't need any glitches. Sally Spectra doesn't have a vested interest in Abbott Communications yet, but she is invested in Billy. Phyllis Summers is erratic. While talented, she can be her worst enemy and often creates drama in the workplace. Starting a company from scratch isn't easy, as his nephew, Kyle Abbott, recently found out. Devoted viewers recall that the Grand Phoenix Hotel replaced the beloved Genoa City Athletic Club as one of Y and R's primary public settings. That was when Phyllis co-owned the company with the then Abby Newman and Chelsea Lawson, and eventually became its sole proprietor. Phyllis created the name based on her rise from the ashes. It represented her intent to return to prominence and earn respect in Genoa City, Wisconsin. That venue was jinxed for its clients and viewers. It felt like an inside joke when a repeated series of events, ranging from unfortunate to terrible, beset the hotel. The writing staff seemed to tell the audience that fans didn't like the main setting shift and eventually erased it from the landscape. Phyllis eventually got an offer she couldn't refuse from Lily Winters, who purchased the Grand Phoenix from her. Chancellor Winters purchased the hotel, with Abby's planned rival hotel across the street also disappearing from the daytime conversation. Of course, that raises the question of what happened to Phyllis' money. The profits she would have realized from selling an asset of that value would surely be in the millions. But viewers know they have to suspend disbelief with whatever explanations are offered. So Phyllis seemingly doesn't have enough money to idle away the years and wants to work. Billy's offer to be his second in command was conditionally accepted. Billy knew he was gambling when choosing Phyllis to help him build this new media company. but his options were limited, and he knew her talent was unquestioned. However, Phyllis' personality flaws aren't his greatest gamble. Instead, the far deeper risk is Sally's trepidation about him conspiring with Aristotle Dumas. Sally is a strong ally because she's falling in love with Billy. Phyllis likes Billy but is using his business offer as a distraction following the fallout of being kidnapped by Martin Laurent. That does not bode well for Abbott Communications. Billy believes Aristotle, whoever he is, wants to help him regain the Chancellor. That offer is likely too good to be true, but like his gamble with Phyllis, Billy believes he can't gain his intended rewards without these risks. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of April 28, 2025 are in. Fans can expect Lily Winters to have a secret admirer. Meanwhile, Victor Newman will learn about Claire Grace Newman's plans. The patriarch will push Audra Charles to get moving on their agreement. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's begin with Diane Jenkins Abbott, who will be ready to reveal her renovations on the mansion. Even though Jack Abbott has been a nervous wreck about the changes, Diane impresses both him and Kyle Abbott. This is probably the calm before the storm as Victor is trying to attack on all sides. Speaking of Kyle, he will make plans to move in with Claire Grace Newman. However, Victor might not have to do anything to stop the lovers from moving in together. In the Young and the Restless episode that aired on Thursday, April 24, 2025, Cole Howard had a troubling cough. Claire and Victoria Newman both looked worried, but Cole brushed it off. What are the chances that Cole has cancer or some other deadly condition? Claire didn't have her parents for her entire childhood, so of course, she would stay to take care of her dad. Now that Victor and Audra have made a deal, she needs to get to work. Once Victor finds out about Claire's plans, he will pressure Audra to hurry it up. Nate Hastings is out of town right now, which gives Audra time to do her magic on Kyle. However, it seems that Audra will face more roadblocks, one of them being Holden Novak. An encounter between Holden and Audra could be seen by Lily, which would explain why she questions Nate's girlfriend. It is also teased that Lily has a secret admirer. There are hints that this could be someone connected to Aristotle Dumas. There is a meeting between Dumas and Billy Abbott. However, Damian King claims that he has never once met the man he's working for, so could Billy meet someone other than the mysterious Mr. Dumas? There are lots of twists and turns coming, so stay tuned. The Young and the Restless is one of the longest-running daytime soap operas that first aired in 1973. The show is set in the fictional city of Genoa, and the storyline of the same revolves around the powerful and influential families of the city, including the Abbotts, the Newmans, and others. The stars of the show, Susan Walters and Lyndon Ashby, who play the characters Diane Jenkins and Cameron Kirsten, respectively, recently celebrated their 39th wedding anniversary on April 19, 2025. The couple who rarely interact on-screen on The Young and the Restless are off-screen couple goals. The Young and the Restless stars, Susan Walters and Lyndon Ashby, recently celebrated their 39th wedding anniversary. The couple got married in 1986. Their love story began in 1985 on the set of Loving, and 6 months later, the couple decided to tie the knot and spend the rest of their lives together. The two stars took a trip to Hawaii, where they celebrated 39 years of togetherness. Susan posted a photo on Instagram and captioned it as, "The couple took the family trip with their daughter and granddaughter, Grace and Nora." Since both of them love riding bicycles, Susan posted a photo of the three riding the vehicles and captioned the photo as, "The Young and the Restless stars, Susan Walters and Lyndon Ashby, come from the southern part of America." Susan Walters was born in Atlanta, Georgia, on September 28, 1963, and Lyndon Ashby was born in Atlantic Beach, Florida, on May 23, 1960. Both of them moved to New York at different times, but fate brought them together, and the two ended up meeting on the set of Loving in 1985 and got married on April 19 the following year. Together, they have 2 daughters, Grace Ashby and Savannah Ashby, and neither of their daughters is a part of the entertainment industry. Lyndon played the role of Curtis Alden in Loving, and Susan portrayed Lorna Forbes in the same. While this was the first time the couple shared the screen, it was not the last. The show ran from 1983 to 1995 on the ABC network. The couple have also been together on screen in other projects such as The Young and the Restless, Melrose Place, Teen Wolf, and The War Next Door. The 2 stars returned to Genoa City for the big celebration of the 50th anniversary of The Young and the Restless. Susan, who played the character of Diane Jenkins Abbott from 2001 to 2010, returned in 2022. On the other hand, Lyndon, who played the character of Cameron Kirsten from 2003 to 2004, returned in 2023. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.